Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So the month of November was a huge month for new item pickups in the world of physical media. I already did a Criterion Collection haul back at the very beginning of the month, and then I had a Black Friday haul that I shared with you guys. Well, today I want to go over all of the other new items I grabbed. So, new releases and just anything else that I picked up that was new to me that didn't make it into one of those other videos. So I have about 14 items to share with you guys today on Blu-ray and 4K. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my November new release haul. I'll start off with a couple of eBay pickups that I grabbed brand new off of eBay. And this first one here, I saw somebody do a collection video and they had a beautiful steelbook of this movie in their collection. I looked for that one, but it is very expensive. So instead, I settled for the 25th anniversary Blu-ray of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, this is a movie that it has been a long time since I've seen this, but I used to watch this all the time. It was one of those VHS tapes that my uncle had that I've referenced many times here on the channel. I used to watch them all the time when I was at his house, and this was one that I always enjoyed. So I didn't have this in my collection at all. Frankly, I know it's available on 4K. I could have gone that route, but this was so cheap. Like this, I don't remember what I paid for it, but I know it was significantly cheaper than the 4K was at the time, so I decided just to go this route instead. Great movie, cannot wait to revisit this. This is the 25th anniversary edition of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This next find on eBay is actually a Region B release, but it is region free. I did watch it in my normal US Blu-ray player and it plays totally fine. So very happy to have the Butterfly Effect Trilogy on Blu-ray in the collection. So I did own all three of these movies on DVD, but I figured why not upgrade them? They actually do look pretty good. I didn't watch all three of them, but I did preview them just to make sure they worked and to see if the upgrade was worthwhile. And it was. They both, or all three of them, look really good on Blu-ray in this set. So I really like these movies. It's been a long time since I've seen the second and the third one. I mean, frankly, it's been a long time since I've seen the original as well. But I remember the original the most, and then I remember really liking number 2 and number 3. That's why I ended up tracking them down on DVD. But if I'd realized there was a Region B Blu-ray that was region free, I would have just grabbed this one in the first place. But yeah, I was watching another collection video. Somebody had, I think, 1 and 2 on Blu-ray, and that's when I did an eBay search for 1 and 2 and realized, wait a minute, there's the whole trilogy. I might as well just grab that. So yeah, very excited to revisit these in full. This is the Butterfly Effect Trilogy. This next Blu-ray, I think, was actually an October new release, and I pre-ordered it, but it took forever to get here and didn't come in until just about a week or two ago. I finally received Cuckoo on Blu-ray. Is it Cuckoo? I think it's Cuckoo, like a cuckoo clock. But anyway, this is supposed to be a really interesting horror movie. It sounded super interesting, and it was down to like $15 on the pre-order, so that's why I pulled the trigger on it. But like I said, it took over a month to get here. I don't know why it was back ordered so much, but yeah, very excited to check this one out. I talked about this in my anticipated releases video. This girl, she leaves America to go live with her father, and she arrives in this town and she starts hearing strange noises and weird things start happening. And so it sounds like a very like paranoid thriller horror film, and that just sounds super interesting to me. So really looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard really good things. We have Cuckoo. Next up is one of the better deals I saw last month, and I talked about this in my anticipated releases video, but this is the Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volumes 1 through 4. So you can see right on the bottom down there, it has all 4 volumes of the Collector's Choice, and I'm guessing that's going to be the end of it because Volume 4 released the same day that this whole collection did. So I'm so glad because, I don't know, it was probably 2 months ago or so, I was looking at purchasing all 4 of these, well, all 3 of them at the time, and then pre-ordering Volume 4, and I happened to stumble across this, and I'm so happy I didn't buy the other ones because this is a much better deal. This was only around $40 when it came out, which is awesome because by themselves, they're $20 a pop at least. So, I mean, it's a much better deal than spending $80 for all 4. I got it for about half the price. So, excited to dive into these. These are supposed to be some, like, hidden gems, essentially, from the Looney Tunes, from Looney Tunes, and so I'm hoping I will enjoy them when I get around to them. But yeah, I can't wait to watch these. We have Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volumes 1 through 4. Moving over to the boutique Blu-ray side of things, this first one here is actually an import that I picked up. I grabbed The Blair Witch Project from Second Sight. Now, I've picked up quite a number of Second Sight releases this year, and none of them have disappointed. This is such a great company. They're releasing a lot of really interesting movies on Blu-ray and 4K. So yeah, I was really happy to get this one. You can see I did go with the standard edition. I love this movie, but the collector's edition, which frankly, in hindsight, I probably should have grabbed because apparently it's already out of print and going for a ton of money. But either way, this one was about half the price. So I just grabbed this. The real reason I wanted this is because there is a full brand new feature-length documentary on the making of the Blair Witch Project. That's the real reason I wanted this. The collector's edition does come with like a hard case and a big thick 100+ page booklet, but what I really wanted was that documentary, so I decided to save some money and go this route. And again, unfortunately, the limited edition version, it's just not available anymore, which really sucks, but happy to have this one either way. This is The Blair Witch Project on Blu-ray from Second Sight. So moving over to Scream Factory, this is a super random pickup, but this trilogy went on sale for like $12 or $13, somewhere around there, and I didn't have it in my collection, so of course I was picking it up. This is the It's Alive trilogy. So it has all 3 films from the It's Alive series, which I've not seen a single one of, have not heard too much about this, but of course I knew of its existence and everything. And so I figured for like the really cheap price it was, I might as well add another, Scream Factory edition to my collection because these are always fun. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out. On the back here it says, it's newborn and it's alive and murder is what it knows best. Like, that just sounds awesome. So I'm sure it's going to be a lot of cheesy fun. But again, for the price, I was not passing this up. So I was able to find the It's Alive trilogy on Amazon for a super cheap price. Okay, so let's talk 4K now. And I actually only have one standard 4K release here. Everything else is either a Steelbook or a boutique release, or in most cases, both. But anyway, this is a Brandon Cronenberg film, and if I'm not mistaken, I really feel like this 4K was really difficult to find at one point, but it must have come back in print, and so Possessor dropped down in price, much like the It's Alive trilogy, to right around $10 or so. So had to grab it, have heard a lot of really good things about this movie, and it's a Cronenberg family film, so I figured I would definitely, be interested in it. So yeah, I don't know a ton about it, but it's another one that I've heard really good things about, and it's Brandon Cronenberg, so I wanted to add it to my collection. So I was able to grab Possessor Uncut on 4K. And I'll actually continue on with the Steelbooks now because there are a couple in here that are non-boutique that I want to share with you guys. So first up, I did grab the Beetlejuice glow-in-the-dark 4K Steelbook. So again, I talked about this one in my anticipated releases video. My wife and I did go see this on opening day, actually, in theaters, and frankly, neither of us loved it, but it was a decent enough movie, one that I'm happy to have in the collection, and I'm very intrigued to check out the special features to kind of figure out maybe why some of the choices were made in this movie, but I don't know if they'll explain anything, but either way, happy to have this one, so had to grab it. This is Beetlejuice, the glow-in-the-dark Steelbook. I don't know how I haven't opened this one yet, but November was not a great month for watching movies for me. It was so busy with other things, and so I did not get around to this, but I definitely will sometime soon. I picked up The Terminator on Steelbook. So this is one that you could get in either the slipcover or Steelbook. I decided to go the Steelbook route, I thought it looked really good, and when I pre-ordered it, it was only about a $4 to $5 difference, so I figured it was worth it. Now, I actually am someone who likes Terminator better than Terminator 2, which I know not a lot of people will agree with, but for me, I loved this movie when I saw it for the first time, and Terminator 2 I think it's a great movie, but I enjoyed this one more, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. I've actually avoided all reviews on this because I want to watch it and draw my own conclusions and not be skewed by what other people think, but yeah, so I'm intrigued to see how this one is going to be, maybe to see if it's as divisive as the other James Cameron 4K releases, so this is The Terminator. So everything else in today's video is a boutique release, and I'll stick with the only boutique steelbook I have, but you guys know I had to pick it up. This is Escape from New York, and this is one of the best looking steelbooks of the year in my opinion. I think this thing is absolutely gorgeous, so very happy to have this in the collection. When I did my anticipated releases, I think I mentioned that I didn't own this one at all, but turns out I must have found it used at Disc Replay because I do have it on Blu-ray and I totally forgot about that. But either way, I'm happy to upgrade to the Scream Factory 4K edition because this steelbook, again, it just looks awesome. So yeah, really excited to dive into this release. I really like this movie and I'm happy to have this one on Steelbook 4K. And I grabbed one more Scream Factory title this month, and I bet you can guess what it is because it's the one that has been getting the most praise this month, Hush. Now, I enjoyed this movie when I first saw it on Netflix a number of years ago, and when Scream Factory announced that they were doing this collector's edition release, there was no chance this wasn't coming home with me. So very excited to dive into this. Another one, like I said, November was not a great month. I did not get a chance to open this one up yet, but I definitely will. Look out for look out for a Shelf Space episode where I talk about 3 of these new releases here in the coming weeks because I need to get through some of these. But yeah, this is just such an awesome release. There is the 2 4K discs in here and 2 Blu-ray discs. One of those Blu-ray discs is devoted to special features. So really great release from Scream Factory, and all the reviews I've seen on this have been glowing. So happy to revisit this. We have Hush. Jumping over to the Lone Arrow video title I grabbed, another one I talked about in my anticipated releases, but this is one that I said I was probably going to hold off on. I lied. I think while I was editing that video, I ended up pre-ordering this because I realized I really love this movie, and of course it's going to get the best treatment possible from Arrow Video, so I ordered a simple plan. I actually ended up canceling my Godzilla -1 pre-order and got this one instead because I was trying to, save the money somewhere, and so that was the one that made the sacrifice. But this is just such a phenomenal film. It is so well done, and of course it's going to be a great release from Arrow Video, so had to have this one in my collection. I opted to go with a movie I love versus a movie I haven't even seen yet with Godzilla -1, and I'm very happy with my decision there. So a simple plan is in the collection. And then I'll wrap up today's video with a couple more Criterion Collection releases that I didn't showcase in my haul video I did at the beginning of the month. Now, the reason that this one wasn't in the haul video was because it wasn't out yet. This was a later November release, Scarface from 1932, and this is spine number 1239. So this is another one I talked about in my anticipated releases, so if you watched that, you probably anticipated that it was going to be in here. And yeah, I've heard really great things about this release from Criterion, so another one that's going into that collection over there. Very happy to have it. This is the original Scarface. And last but not least today, this is actually a Criterion release that was out when I did my first video, but my local store just didn't have it in stock, so I ended up ordering this off of Amazon, Happiness. So this is a film from 1998, and it is spine number 1235. I have heard so many mixed things about this movie and Gummo, another one I picked up that I showcased in my Criterion haul. And so I really need to do kind of like a controversial or a divisive iWatch 3 vlog. Actually, I've kind of replaced my iWatch 3 with my Shelf Space series. So I need to do like a controversial Shelf Space episode with 3 Criterion releases that I've heard, kind of mixed reviews on over the years. And Happiness and Gummo are 2 of those that will definitely be in there. So yeah, very intrigued to check this one out. Great cast on this. Hopefully I'll like it more than some people have. I picked up Happiness from 1998, spine number 1235. All right, so not the biggest haul for this video, but that's because of my Black Friday purchases and the Criterion Collection haul. So it still ended up being a pretty expensive month in November, and December is proving to be even bigger. In a couple days from now, the Seinfeld 4K set is coming, and mine is still scheduled to be here on Tuesday, and I cannot wait for that. That is the one release this month that I am just more excited about than anything else. But anyway, let me know down in the comments what you ended up grabbing in November. I love hearing what you guys pick up, because then it puts new movies on my radar potentially. So let me know what you grabbed down in the comments, and let me know what you think I should put at the top of this list. So many boutique label releases this month, so it's always a good month when that happens. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video and making it all the way to the end. That really does help me out, so thanks for that. But before I let you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.